Now then, welcome back to Bosh TV. We've got some tasty living on the veg recipes for you right now.
We've got something that will probably make you go, ooh, goodness me, that looks like a wonderful dish. It's a pastaball marinara.
Pastaball marinara.
Yeah, don't ask.
Very confused about that one. Next up, we're gonna make a delicious banana French toast.
A true bona fide Bosh classic, crispy chili tofu.
And our PBJ brownies, and everything is vegan.
Solid menu, that mate.
So the pasta balls, they are meatballs made of pasta in a marinara sauce.
Yeah, and listen, look at that. I mean, like, we laugh and we wonder, but in actual fact, it's rather genius.
It's quite a genius recipe, this one. I mean, no one had created this before Bosh created it. We were kind of thinking about how can we make a meatball and get that stodginess of a meatball, but instead of like rice or kind of breadcrumbs and all that stuff you'd usually use, cooked pasta.
Yeah, because pasta, it's kind of got that starchiness and like it's got that gummy texture. So when you've got it and you've cooked it down and you've blended it up, it kind of just clumps together and it's perfect.
But if you think about it, it's also an inside out spaghetti with tomato sauce.
I mean, it's also made out of flour. It's very satanic.
Yeah, that's true.
It's cool.
That's true, there's a seitan element.
Yeah.
You know what, you could play, anyway, look, we could go on forever about what you could do. This is an absolutely banging dish. And what we're starting here with is we're making an absolutely gorgeous marinara sauce.
Now, marinara sauces come in many different guises, but ultimately what you really need is time, you need a little bit of effort, a little bit of love, and lots of tomatoes.
And this is a proper classic way to make a marinara. Not a lot else is going in this, but it is just all about that time and letting it simmer down for 15, 30, even 60 minutes if you can.
Yeah, and also, if you are going to simmer down for a while, make sure you give it a little stir, pop the lid on, then give it a little stir, pop the lid on, and carry on, repeat.
Yeah.
Like it's that movie where he's doing that thing with
Groundhog
that razor
Day.
blade. And he's scraping.
Oh, Goodfellas.
Yeah, man.
Goodfellas, where he's like slicing the garlic with a razor blade.
You need to be really, really on it when you're making something. And also you need to be on it when you're making pasta balls out of pasta.
So that is cooked pasta, that's correct, that's gone into a blender, and this is forming the base, along with beans, of our pasta balls.
Yeah, so we've got those cooked onions in there because it just offers up a little bit of different texture, so otherwise it will just be quite like claggy.
Yeah, well, you would do that with a burger anyway, or a meatball anyway.
That's it, that's so true.
And now we've spiced these bad boys to perfection. They've got delicious flavour in there. Of course, we're then gonna pop them in our pan and then just brown them, sear them all over. These things taste absolutely incredible.
Yeah, you'll be really surprised by the texture of them as well, because they just like, you've got a subtle crunch because of the fry.
Yeah.
You've got a really nice hearty body, and then like this, just make sure that all of the excess moisture that's inside them is eked out, and it's just left, like, look at this as well.
So that is an absolutely unctuous marinara sauce. We have got garlic, tomato, all of those lovely Italian flavors, and those umami meatballs made of pasta on top, inside out, spaghetti with tomato sauce. That's a beautiful thing.
And that basil leaf was made for video.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it. Leaf it out, bay leaf it out, basil leaf it out. Oh God, and get those knife and fork in there. I've moved forward because I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I want that now.
I love the how close we are in with that shot.
Yeah. It's a win. I mean, it's a huge win. It's pasta balls. It's a Bosh classic. If you've never made it before, give it a whirl. And if you can't be bothered to make that, make this.
This is our healthy banana French toast. It's from our healthy vegan book. And what we're going to show you how to make is a French toast that doesn't have fat dripping from every layer. It's just a kind of nice, almost, because it's kind of like eggy bread, but instead of egg, instead of all that butter, we're going to use banana, dairy-free milk, cinnamon, maple syrup, vanilla extract, and salt to create a gorgeous flavor all over that toast.
Yeah, you'll be really surprised about exactly how delicious this recipe really is. And the deliciousness of the recipe can only be amplified by the quality of the bread. So if you have access to a really nice sourdough, get some.
Absolutely. And what we do then is we kind of dip those toasts in that batter, let them soak up that liquid, and then bake them off in the oven.
You could fry them.
You could also fry them, but then you're getting a bit out of the healthy territory. But totally you could do that.
And here we go with Compote o'clock.
Completely mad.
Completely mad, so it is.
So this is just a super quick jam, basically, in a pan, some berries. Of course, they're gonna go over the top of our French toast.
And this just looks like naughtiness, but it's not that naughty because, like we said, it's healthy. And I would, do you know what? Right, if this was an ice cream, I would say it's a Knickerbocker Glory.
Absolutely, or a banana split.
Yeah, that's true.
So what we've got here as well, if you think about it, there's not much sugar in here.
No.
Touch of maple syrup, but basically most of the sugar is the plant-based sugar. Plant-based sugar? The plant sugars in the berries. And that is a beautiful thing. Oh my God, doesn't that look good?
It really does. And the berries, of course, like you just need those. Berries are like God's own sweeties.
I mean, this dish is very good.
But it's very good indeed. It's a very good dish.
God's own sweeties. I'm just gonna have to think about that for a minute. This one right here is our crispy chili tofu. This is world famous in the land of Bosch, cooked by thousands, loved by thousands. You will not believe this dish.
Yeah, if you have a palate that really responds well to Chinesey type flavors, this dish is going to wibble your wobble like never before.
But also, if you want to like, you've got a tofu hater. One of those people who's like, I just don't like tofu.
Yeah.
Or show me how to make tofu taste good. This is the dish to make anyone love tofu.
And it's such a simple technique to make it really nice and crispy. It's just get your tofu, press it off, stick it in some corn flour, and then do what we're about to show you.
Pop it in a little bit of oil, using the wooden spoon. Nice little tip
Those
there.
techers, mate.
A bit of
That bubble
technique.
in it.
So those bubbles are going to show us that the pan and the oil are hot enough to properly fry. And then we're going to see our tofu is going to really crisp up on the outside.
They're like tofu chips, and all you need to do is just make sure that they're kind of evenly cooked all the way through, and you're looking for a kind of light caramel colour.
This is going to be a super quick sauce. We've got a sweet chili sauce, we've got our orange, it's adding that citrusy tang, the soy sauce for the saltiness, the sriracha for the heat, and this sauce is to die for.
Now, heat is a huge, huge player in this game, because if you didn't have the heat, what you'd be left with is just like an orangey mess. But what you need is a syrupy wonderfulness.
You're gonna simmer that down until it thickens up, and then coat those little tofu chips, the crispy little tofu chips with a nice fluffy inside, in that gorgeous, spicy, syrupy, salty goodness.
Look at that, man.
That is incredible. No wonder everybody cooks this.
Yeah, I mean, and like it's reasonably simple, and it's the sort of thing that you make once, and I almost can guarantee that you will make it again and again and again, because why not?
It's so true. And if you do make this, do send us a picture on Instagram, bosh.tv. Join the thousands of people loving this absolutely gorgeous Chinese fakeaway.
Oh, fakeaways are the best. I mean, do you know what we could also pile this with?
What's that?
In our first cookbook, we did a recipe for special fried rice, and this, oh, come on, man.
Totally.
Jesus, that would work so well.
Wonderful food, vegan cooking at its finest. That is Bosch's crispy chili tofu.
Crispy chili tofu for the absolute total win. You need a little bit of green on there, I must say, right? Like, I think
nice
the
pop.
of this of the green, the sprinkle of the sesame seeds just makes everything come together perfectly. And the next thing.
Oh my goodness. This is potentially the easiest, definitely the tastiest brownie you could ever make.
It's so easy, it's so tasty, and if you are into gooiness, prepare yourself.
We got you. So these are our PBJ brownies. We're going to use the blender and pop in all of those lovely ingredients. Let it just do the work for us so that we can concentrate on creating a beautiful top of this brownie.
Yeah, whizzy. Make sure, look at that. Look at the whizziness. Like, all of those sugars came together to basically...
The whizziness.
The whizziness.
The whizzy.
Like, all of those sugars came together almost to form, like, it's kind of like an icing sugar.
Yeah.
A brown icing sugar. Amazing.
Now this pulse here is going to break those chocolate pieces up a little bit, but not break them up completely, so you get a little crunch. And this is a super thick batter, but trust us, once this goes in the oven, it will firm up just enough to give you a gooey brownie.
Look at the texture. It's like flubber.
Now we're in the world of dressing, and we're going to try and create a messy, interesting, visually inspiring top of the brownie, combining peanut butter, raspberry jam, and we might just chuck a few peanuts in there as well. You never know.
And if you're in America and you're wondering what jam is, it's not like like the latest track, it's jelly.
Peanut butter jelly, man.
That's it. It's a PBJ brownie. I mean, what more could you want?
There go in our peanuts, there go in our raspberries. That is a beautiful looking thing. And then time to bake.
Bake it off, and bake it off low and slow, and what you're left with is something that you just want to go back into again and again and again.
Now, when you get this out of the oven, one tip from us is to make sure you let it cool completely. You might feel like, you know, it's too gooey, but this is meant to be gooey. So just let it sit.
And that dairy-free ice cream will just sort of like lather up your palate.
Oh my goodness. That is so good.
Come on, man.
PBJ brownies, one of our first recipes. It's in the book, Bosh. It's one of our best.
It is one of our best, and crispy chili tofu is also one of our best. That, ladies and gentlemen, was a good video.
We hope you've enjoyed these recipes. They were all featured in our Living on the Veg TV show, whether or not you caught that, but we're giving them to you for free.
Now, most of those recipes, in fact, all of those recipes have come out of our books, which you can go and grab. We'll drop the links to them in the show notes below. Some great recipes in there too.
Absolutely. Do subscribe if you haven't already. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.